One thing about nicknames, you can never give yourself one. At the time, I suppose I would have asked Quentin where he got the name, but it doesn't matter. Somebody gave it me along the way and it stuck, you know? I don't have any. I try to avoid them. I don't have to explain it. You just gotta see the movie, that's it. I mean, the guy doesn't hide anything at all. I was totally submerged in who I was, in the character. And I was enjoying it. The guy was a nut. He was a nutbag. You have to believe you are the person or the thing or whatever the hell you're playing, and put the emotions and the feelings, or the lack of, into it. The nice guy, he's emotional about his dad, but he can give two shits about much else, you know. I mean, his guys, his dad, money, living high on the hog, and that's it. So you didn't care about anybody else. Oh, I'd probably like him if he liked me. I mean, I don't think I wouldn't want to have dinner with the guy if I was on his shit list, you know. That'd be a problem. I was a nutbag, you know. He's shit in a heartbeat. Just think about him bad. He feels it. Kill you. Well, you've been selfish in your life, right? Well, just multiply that by about 1 billion. And there you go. It's nice coyote. Sweetheart. I was at the bottom. I needed Reservoir Dogs. And I read it and I said, this is all I need. I knew it from reading the script. It's all I need. And I'd be back up there doing movies. Quentin knew which part he wanted me to read for. And I read for it. I mean, I wanted it. So I just had fun. You know, I just had fun with the character and the dialogue and the other guys. And there was a lot of ribbing, but, you know. But I gotta be honest with you. Quentin hired a bunch of good actors. We had a good rehearsal time, and we were in such a hurry, we didn't have time to think about anything, or I didn't. I was just keeping up with the next shot. It was like real life. I mean, obviously we weren't killing each other, but it was just, really just trying to keep up. I'm kind of a slow worker anyway. And I like to ease into stuff, and it is fast. It's like razor sharp, you know, back and forth, like a ping pong game. And so that was new to me, but that was a challenge, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I played a lot of slow talking, you know, kind of more thinkers than talkers. And this was the first chance I had to play somebody who was just like, you know, really quick-witted. So it was good. It was a challenge that changed me as an actor too. Eddie Bunker was a friend of mine for a while, for a long time. And Quentin, when he was casting it, I don't remember who the actor was. I'm glad, because I wouldn't mention anyway. But he was thinking about somebody, and I mentioned Eddie Bunker. I said, "Oh man, I love Straight Time. I love Runaway Train." And Eddie had wrote the screenplay for Runaway Train, and Straight Time was based on his book, sort of semi-autobiographical. And he's also been a witness to a lot of interesting lives. I mean, that's what a great writer does, basically. They've been around and they observe all the unbelievably interesting people there are out there. And Eddie's one of the best. So I mentioned Eddie, and Quentin goes, "Man, do you know him?" I said, "I'll get him on the phone right now." And I called Eddie, and Quentin said, "You know, you want to be in this movie?" And Eddie said, "Yeah," and that was it. It was like that fast. They hadn't even met. He was already in. You know, what the guy wore was inconsequential. Where he was coming from is what mattered. And that's kind of always been my way. I've never been a real guy where, well, hey, that the wardrobe's got to be just perfect or this or that. They were doing the heist, dressed the same to be, so anybody that described him obviously would say, well, there's a guy in a black suit. Well, there's 50 guys in a black suit. We don't know which one. That was the idea behind the black suits. I wasn't on the heist. And you gotta remember, that movie was so low budget. It was like 900 grand we were doing the movie for. So it was like, if you brought your own stuff, great. Nike sponsors me, they give me free clothes. It's true. And Quentin liked it, and that was it. I mean, it wasn't like it was a big mental decision. You know, it was actually almost how I dressed at the time, pathetically enough. I mean, you know, don't bring the Joan Rivers out here to tell me how bad it was, but except the gold. I wore a lot less gold. I pay so little attention to the camera when I act. I pay more attention to the camera now on an interview. When I act, don't even know there's a camera there. Don't care. Makes no difference. If I'm out of focus or if out of light, it's not going to change my performance. And I don't ever pay attention. I pay attention now. Oh, my double chin's too big, or now. But not Not when I make movies, ever. It's not that violent. It's more violent. It's not that bloody or. It's not that violent. It's violent in nature and in behavior. I mean, it's obviously it's a gangster movie. It's not a movie about. It's not a love story. So yeah, it's violent, but it's not like it's not an ultra violent gangster movie. I mean, yeah, the ear and Tim laying there in a bath of blood, you know, but. That's not, see, acting. It's everybody's in each other's faces all the time, and the pressure of the situation, building until it goes to a boil. But it's really the pressure of the film. That's the thing Quentin did, you know. It's not really that violent. You do get typecast, and they'll offer you more money to play something you've done and been successful playing than they're going to offer you to play something that you're taking a risk playing. You know what? I take what they. I mean, I love actors. I mean, more power to them. They get to choose exactly what they want to play. I don't. So you have to balance movies that, you know, you may really want to do, and say, well, I'm doing this for nothing, and then do those things. Well, okay, I've done this a million times. I'll just try to do it different and do it. That's it. Good payday's nice.